Behind every video published under RCTV
is a collection of talented individuals.
Behind every story,
Every voiceover,
in every interview is a person.
We are the behind-the-scenes team responsible
for bringing Roy City High School
updates, news, highlights,
and entertainment. We cover every club,
every sport, and every Bulldog.
We are RCTV.
News by teams, for teams.
Hi, Roy City High School. Welcome to another edition of RCTV. I'm Phillip Wroblewski.
And I'm Destiny Longoria. On this episode, we'll talk with the junior about debate team virtual meets.
We'll ask students and teachers their thoughts on snow days.
Next, we will take a look at Toys for Tots.
We'll find out how theater has adapted to COVID restrictions.
Last, the Crookston brothers share their famous Rolo Cookie recipe.
This all right here, right now,
on RCTV. With COVID changes, debate has to change to virtual meets.
RCHS Junior Summer Wilderson shares some more.
Due to COVID, many clubs and extracurriculars had to change how they normally do things. Summer Wilderson, a member from the RCHS debate team, explains how virtual competitions work.
So basically how they work is we'll go online to a website called Tab Room and we'll figure out what speaker number, what room number, and what judge we have for this specific round. And we will go to the Zoom call with the specific room number on it and we'll wait for our judge to get there. And once they call off our speaker number, we'll perform. And then afterwards we can leave the call and wait on the results for that round and see if we move up to quarters, semis, or finals or whatever. And that depends on if we keep performing throughout the day. And this is different from previous years because previously we would all get together and go to a school and we would perform whenever we get there to a live judge with other competitors there. We would get our room number and everything beforehand, and once we were done we would get our results and our notes on a piece of paper and figure out if we were going to quarters, semis, or finals, and that would tell us if we needed to perform again.
This change seems to have impacted Summer and her fellow teammates in positive and in not so positive ways. Here's what Summer has to say about these changes.
Some of the cons of this year is, again, we can't all be together anymore and it's very hard getting to know each other. Like the new debaters and the older debaters, we can't really see each other in the same place anymore. And it's hard to get to know everyone. But luckily we have things like communication devices like GroupMe and stuff like that where we can talk on there.
Despite not being able to fully experience a debate competition, Summer is glad her and her teammates are still able to compete.
But there are some pros to this year because even though everything is going on and it's very dangerous right now, we can still compete and advance in our debate skills while being safe at home. And overall, we can see COVID doesn't have to stop us from doing everything we enjoy. Like for debate, we can still go to our tournaments and we can still advance in our skills while also trying to get to know some people. And it's an overall positive thing this year.
This has been Destiny Longoria from RCTV, signing out.
This story reminds us how many changes we have had to make due to COVID.
Some students and teachers have been wondering if COVID will make a change to something we all love, snow days.
Snow days are a rare thing at RCHS, and they might be gone for good. Today, RCTV went around the school asking students and faculty members to figure out if they're actually done for.
Snow days are a time where you can just be happy and hang out with your friends and family, either inside or outdoors. You can snuggle up in a blanket or go outside and play with snowballs, make snowmen. It's really just a fun holly time for everyone.
The few of them that we do get, it's a good time to kind of get a load off and kind of go play out if it's actually snowing versus ice. And back when we had full-time school, it was just a nice break. It was, it's like in movies, so it's like, oh, snow day, like you see in the movies and stuff like that.
I think it's funny that we even have snow days in Texas because there usually is no snow, or if we do, it melts by noon. So it is what it is, I guess. Coming from Minnesota to where you had, you still drove in a foot of snow to get to school, and then here we get a thin layer of ice. So snow days are, I think, funny.
We even sat down and talked with Rachel, who was doing completely online.
I love them, but since we live in Texas, it rarely snows. I don't even remember the last time we had a snow day since my 4th grade year, and it's just been a long time, so I love them when they do happen.
Dr. Walker gives us hope, even with the online learning, that snow days are still possible.
I think if it was just the high school, maybe it would affect it differently, but normally a district's going to make a decision for the whole district. And so since we have elementary kids that are going to school 5 days a week, face-to-face and things like that, I think because of that, there's still the possibility for an actual snow day. So, because if the teachers can't come up to the buildings to make use of all the technology, then I think that it would be harder for them to try and like do their job from home or something like this, as we saw last spring. So I would imagine that if there's a need for a snow day, even with us having virtual opportunities, we will still go ahead and actually have a snow day if the weather, requires us to do so.
This has been Sydney Thornton, signing out.
Snow days may change, but one tradition that hasn't changed, Toys for Tots.
Seeing kids get toys just brightens my day. Here's some more information.
For over 70 years, Toys for Tots, the Marines, and thousands of volunteers have helped distribute 566 million toys to help millions of less fortunate kids. Today I got a chance to sit down with Dennis London, who explains what Toys for Tots is and how we can help out this Christmas season.
So Toys for Tots is a nationwide foundation approach, which is going to help those in need within their communities, to make sure that the idea is so that every child can have a present or something under the tree during Christmas.
With the pandemic in place, there's a new and safe way to place a donation. You can now donate a toy through their virtual toy box. You can shop for their toys and donate it all through online. Go to the Marine Toys for Tots website and click Ways to Donate. You'll now be able to see the virtual toy box home screen, and you will then follow along what is on the screen to help you donate. There are also other ways to donate. Here's Rockwell coordinator to tell us more.
So you can find out the local Toys for Tots coordinators who are in your area, who may be able to take the assistance of people through the sorting and distribution efforts, or businesses that may want to have a collection box at their location. They can have a donation collection area, and we can do it that way.
Many more programs you can donate to. There's Salvation Army, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Angel Tree, and Rockwall County Helping Hands. This is Riley Odom signing out.
A toast to my big brother George, the richest man in town!
Over the second weekend of December, theater put on their first production since March. After a long series of planning and working out the kinks for COVID safety, they are finally approved to start the production of It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio broadcast. With masks and being 6 feet apart, the show was a success. We interviewed members of the cast to discuss the impact of the pandemic on the program and their lives.
Before the pandemic, theater was a really, really big part of my everyday life and activities.
We were all really close, and we got to move around within the theater. Like now we have to stay in the classroom, but we got to roam around into the makeup room and the dressing rooms. Before, it was really a lot more involved. We got to see everyone a lot more. We were able to be a lot more closer because we were, able to be physically closer. We could help each other put on makeup and hair and costumes, and we didn't have to worry about oh my gosh, is this too close? Am I in someone's personal space?
While discussing about the way theater has changed, the cast members shared their newfound appreciation for theater.
Theater was a really big motivator. When I got the position as clerk and we started talking about banquet and all that other stuff, that was really good because it gave me something to focus on and plan on and work towards with people that I love, in an event that I love doing. I appreciate things more, like just the little things like reading scripts during class or playing improv games or just being in the classroom with everybody. I appreciate that more.
I know what I miss and what I took for granted now. I took for granted that I had all this time to hang out with people that was just like integrated into my day.
I could call the theater my second home. And so being away for almost 8 months, 9 months, however long, it was sad. Getting to feel the same feeling of being back in the theater was just so exciting, and it made me so happy just being back.
It feels good to know that we're doing something, and regardless of what's happening.
I remember I was really excited to come to the first rehearsal this week because I haven't been to one in so long, and it was so nice just returning. I got in the car that night. Actually, my mom looked at me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you're glowing." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You just look so happy." And I was like, yeah, I am. Just being able to be with everyone and do it all over again, even though it's really weird and different.
The show does not stop with this production. Theater will continue very soon with UIL and a spring show. We will be looking forward to see what this theater troupe will accomplish in 2021. This has been Cassie Snyder and Matthew Montgomery for RCTV Teen News.
Just think about the holidays and all the food we eat just make me hungry.
You'll be even more hungry after watching this next story. Here's a secret to the famous Crookston Rolo Cookies.
Here's an awesome cookie recipe just in time for the holidays. For these Rolo cookies, you'll need flour, cocoa powder, baking soda, sugar, brown sugar, margarine, chopped pecans, vanilla extract, eggs, Rolo candies, vanilla candy coatings. For a more detailed recipe, check the description. This makes about 60 cookies, so fair warning. First, you want to combine your flour, cocoa powder, and baking soda into a bowl in a mix. Then, in another bowl, beat your brown sugar, margarine, and cup of sugar until light and fluffy, and then add the eggs and vanilla extract to that, and beat again. Then add your flour mixture and half a cup of chopped pecans into the egg and sugar mixture, and mix all that together. Then chill the dough for about an hour in your fridge. Now for baking. First, preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Take about a tablespoon of the dough and flatten it out in your hand. Put a Rolo inside that and then cover the candy completely. In a small bowl, combine the rest of your chopped nuts and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Press the top of each ball into the nut mixture and then place that side up on the baking sheet. Bake for 7 to 10 minutes. Once done, let them chill on the counter until completely room temperature. Melt your candy coating in the microwave and then drizzle on top of the cookies and wait for that to harden. If you followed all the steps correctly, you should be left with a wonderful holiday treat. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody.
Thank you for watching this episode of RCTV.
For more of our concepts, go to www.youtube.com/RCTV Teen News.
This has been Destiny Longoria
and Phillip Wroblewski signing out.